Hey guys, welcome to another video. In today's video we're gonna be doing like double jumping. So let's say like you jump once in the air, you try to jump again. Well, you can obviously tell that you can't do that. So we're gonna make it so you can. And we're gonna make sure you can only jump 2 times and not 3 times, cause we don't want that. So let's get started. So first thing we need to do is add a local script into starter player scripts. You can just name this double jump. Oh, double jump. This is gonna be pretty much just like this was taken, or I learned this from the Roblox dev wiki. It's got one about double jumping. It's pretty much gonna be the same thing, so you could just go over there, but I'm just gonna like take you through it step by step. So first thing we should do is local UIS equals game get service. Oh, get service user input service. So you might want to change that to the full user input service name, but I'm lazy, so we go with UIS. So let's get the service that's in the game. It's called user input service, which, well, it's a service that gets the player's input into the game. Like you press a key, you press a mouse button. That's an input, and it gets sent as a signal into the game. So now we can do local player equals game player local character, and local humanoid. So local player, we're gonna get the local player, which is the player that we want the effects to happen to. And then we're gonna have two unset variables, which is local character and local humanoid. We're gonna be setting these later on inside of the script, so that's why we're currently gonna leave them undefined. So now we can make some more variables, like local can double jump. So we can make, so this is going to be like if the player can double jump. And now we can do local has double jump equals false. Pretty much we're going to be using this to check if the player has already jumped twice, and if they have, then well, we don't want them to be able to jump again. We only want them to be able to jump one more time than they usually could. So we're just going to check if they've double jumped already or not. Then their local old power, which is going to be like the height that their jump goes. And then we can do local jump delay equals, let's say, 0.2. This is pretty much the delay between how many times you can jump in a row. So for example, if we make this 0, if the player holds space or they double tap space really fast, they're just gonna shoot straight up into the air, and they're not gonna like jump, wait a second to start going down, and then jump again like a regular double jump. Now we're just gonna do local double jump power multi equals, let's say, 2, I guess. So this is how much you want the double jump's power to be. Increase this if you want the player's double jump to like go further or be higher. So they jump once, and then when they jump again, their second jump is going to be a lot higher. So we're going to do function. This function is going to be the onJump request. We're making this function so we can like set up the or so we can do all the checks for when the player jumps, so we can allow them or prevent them from jumping too many times, but allow them to jump twice. So if not character, meaning if there's no value for character, or not humanoid, so if there's nothing for humanoid, or not character is, or character is descendant of workspace. Hopefully I typed that right. So descendant is so a child of workspace would be something like spawn location and base plate, but a descendant would be like base plate and then the texture. So it's like ancestry, your parents, which is like, well, your parents, and then it's your grandparents, and then all of your ancestry. It's kind of like that, except descendants, if that makes sense. I'm not sure the best way to explain this in more English terms. So we're gonna do or humanoid get state. So this is like the state of the humanoid. So if or humanoid get state equals enum, and then we can do dot humanoid state type dot dead. So we're checking if the humanoid is dead, and then we're just going to return, meaning if the player, oh, if not, well, we don't have a value for the character, but I guess we're just gonna set that later. But so if there's no character or there's no humanoid and there's for sure no character or the humanoid is dead, then we're just gonna return because we don't want anything to happen if there's, well, nothing to happen with or nothing to affect. So then we're gonna do if can double jump and not has double jumped. So if they're allowed to double jump and they haven't double jumped already, then has double jumped equals true, because we want to, because this is how we're gonna do our double jump. And we can do humanoid dot jump power. This is like the strength of their jump equals old power times double jump power multi. So this is multiplying their old power. So let's say their old power was 1, then we're going to be multiplying it by whatever our double jump power multi is. So we made 2, so it's like 1 times 2. We're going to do humanoid change state. So we're going to change the state of the humanoid enum dot humanoid state type dot jumping. So we're going to set the player's type to, well, jumping, because that's what we need it to be. So now we can create another function for the player's character. So what we're gonna do is, let's do local function, let's do character, oh, let me spell that correctly, character added. So this is pretty much gonna be for a new character. So let's pass new character. So this is gonna be the new character of the player, or the character of the player pretty much, and we're just going to do character equals new character. So that sets our character value to the player's new character that has been loaded in, and the humanoid is going to equal character, and then we're going to wait for child humanoid. Wait for child is good to make sure. Actually, let's change this to new character. Wait for child is good to make sure that it's pretty much waiting for the child to be present in the parent. So we want to make sure that there is, or we're gonna wait for the child to actually get into that location before we try to affect or apply anything to it. Because if we try to apply to something or apply an effect to something that doesn't exist, well, we're not gonna be able to do that. So let's do has double jumped equals false. I'll actually keep these together. Can double jump equals false as well. Old power equals humanoid dot jump power. Yep. And then we can do humanoid. So we're gonna get the humanoid and then dot state changed connect function. So state changed pretty much just gets when the state of the humanoid is changed. So let's say it goes from jumping to like idle or jumping to walking or whatever, then that's pretty much it being changed. This is we're gonna have our old state and our new state. And now we're gonna do if new equals enum dot humanoid type dot landed then. So if their new state is landed, meaning it's done, then we're gonna do can double jump equals false, has double jumped equals false. So we're setting those two to false, and we're gonna revert the player's humanoid back to its old amount if they did double jump. Because up here, as you can see, we're setting their old power to double, or we're setting their jump power to double their previous jump power, but we only want that for the double jump. So afterwards we have to set their jump power back to their old power amount, if this makes sense. So now that we set it back to old, we are going to do else if new. So if it's not this, but it is, or if new is not equal to humanoid dot state type dot landed, then if new is equivalent to humanoid dot state type dot free fall, then if it's not this but it's this, then we're going to wait time between, or let's just do, what do we name our variable? Jump delay. So we're gonna wait jump delay, which we made 0.2 can double jump equals true. So we're gonna wait this jump delay right here, and then we're just going to set double jump to true so we can double jump. So then we're just gonna do if player dot character then. So if the player's character exists, then character added. So we're calling our function player dot character. So player dot character is gonna be the new character. And a function is pretty much like replacing everything that's new character to whatever you passed for new character, or whatever you put in your parameters. And then we can just do down here player dot character added connect, oh not clone, connects. Oh, I meant to write character added, my bad. That's why I wasn't showing the syntax or the right part. And we're going to connect it to the character added function. So when the character is added, we're setting it to the character added function, and we're just going to do UIS, which is our user info service variable, dot jump request. So when we're requesting to jump, or we want to jump, connect, and then jump request, or on jump request. So this is pretty much our script. So let's go ahead and give this a try. Let's head into our base plate. Let's hit play. Let this load up. So as you can see, we can jump once, yes, and if we click space twice, we jump once, jump twice. And as you can see, if I spam spacebar, if you can possibly hear, it doesn't go immediately after, so it doesn't jet up. It's got a 0.2 second delay, so we can double jump just as we'd like. So hopefully this video helped you, and hopefully you enjoyed, and yeah, see ya.